He's having a moment, I guess. See here. Oh, shoot. I was going to get a pad of some sort, but... different. So I'm just having fun, messing around. I did a video recently, actually the last video before you'll see this video if you're here, on using the iPad as the module, and this is the sequencer. It works really well, in my opinion. And you can see right here, you can see all the MIDI notes. So I'm just building MIDI, building parts, and you just gotta, put them together and you got yourself a song. So I'm just kind of jamming to find parts that I like, and then I'll just play something if I really, feel it, and if I don't, no big deal. My dog's snoring. Sleep. All right, cool. Let's set this up on channel 4. So in order for this to work really well, you have to have each MIDI set on a channel. So we got 1, 2, 3. This actually should be set on 5. And then put the MIDI there. Should be good. I was gonna go in here. This isn't my normal way of doing bass. I prefer for this type of song, I prefer a actual bass guitar, but for the sake of not wanting to use anything else, I'm just gonna find, boy, that dog is snoring up a storm back there. Guess she's tired. Up all night partying, I guess. Good Lord, where? Okay, close that so I can see what I'm looking at. 808s. It's too much bass. Like, I just need something simple. There's one thing that iOS could use for any dev that probably isn't watching this is, let's try this one. There we go, 5. Outside of like synth bass, this is way off on this song. It wouldn't work. Oh, it sounds bad. I'm sorry I can't do it to myself. Let's go with the only one that we have that is close to is I fretless bass. And even it, I'm gonna have to play it on the keys because it's kind of difficult to play it there. We'll have to put it on number 5. So none, 5. It's too thin. Hey, what's up, Crazy Wabbit? Sample this snoozing dog. Yeah, that's true. That'd be an interesting bass for sure, for sure. The other option is obviously pull a sample in here. You could use a sample here for sure. It would work. Let's see. There we go. Load that. Go back. And then if I'm not mistaken, I've spent them just yesterday and I can't even remember how to do this. This is terrible. What did I do to make it a key group? No. Yeah, she is getting to town back here. She is that tired, I guess. What did I do to make this work? Oops. That's one thing. If you press the key on here, you lose the sample. Now I don't know where that sample resides, so I gotta find it. It's a bit confusing if you ask me. It should be at the first pad, but it's not showing up, so where did it go? Okay, back here. All right, so at least we know it's here. Now I just gotta remember how I got it to be a key group. Oh, I know, you go into the edit, that's right, and hit the key group button. And then leave it on poly, that's fine. Back here. Now you should be able to hear it, which we can't. because we're running through the iPad. So we need to go. Nope, we're not going to use the iPad mic. So that's that's a downfall with using an iPad, is that because you don't have the ports and the things you need, you got to have some type of adapter. So we won't be doing this, unfortunately. Mixing the two with it being a sequencer and that can be a little tricky. And so you need, yeah, you need that ability to be able to run a headphone out. You also need to be able to run the MPC as the MIDI controller, and then have this guy going in so you could get the sounds of the MPC too. So unfortunately, we won't be doing bass, but here's what we got so far. I'll go back to show you. In fact, we'll just go ahead and delete this track. It'll save me a lot of headache. And I don't know why this says drum track here, because there's no, but whatever. All right, so let me show you this. So we'll delete this one too. We don't need this. So on track 1 is the here, I'll go to the grid, the arrangement view. Can you guys see that? I think you should be able to see it. So the first one is the drums that's running through one shot, and then you have the keys, which I'm using the electric vintage, and then I added in this channel to do some horns, but I also have another channel where I'm using electric keys to do the melody. So you'll see the melody is playing on 2, and then I have the horns on, so I can mute that and then go. Hold on. Oops, bad note. So I can just use this to mute. And if a track's too loud, then you just bring it down here. So fun. I gotta admit, it's so fun. Like, if you're trying to do something live, this is actually really cool, because you could have all your tracks, build parts, and then just start playing and using your mutes to create the track. So turn the drums off first. Yep. So you can perform with the MPC keys pretty good, especially if you got prearranged stuff and you doing solo parts. Or if you're gonna loop, you could sit there, I guess, and record loops in and do it. But I think it's pretty cool that that you can do some type of live performance with it. Hey, what's up, Blatantly Blatant? What's good? Yeah, so using Swam horns because that's the best horns to me, period, that I've ever found. Unless you got some real horns somewhere, then yeah, go for that if you can do it for sure. But yeah, so using that and then just creating using the mutes to. And those drums are all me drumming. That's not samples. I mean, that's not me sampling anything. So, but I'll tell you the trick, like I said in the previous video, the trick to it all, if you're gonna do this, after you get your drum set up and using one shot, is just like, so let me go. Am I on the one shot? Yeah. When you're doing hi-hats, use your note repeat. So note repeat can give you that extra fast vibe if that's what you want. That's all I'm doing is using note repeat and then all through one shot. Right? Record your chords using tonality or scalar if you got it. Pretty simple. Just record your chords through here. You can run it, just run it through the MPC. It's better, actually, in my opinion. It's just hook it to the MPC port. So clean, so easy to do, and then just run the chords through here. That way you get them recorded into here, and then you're just using this as the sound module, and then you can always go back and record it, bounce it down to a audio track. Running into any issues? Oh, thank you for saying that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, the drums are my weakness too, so that's what's funny is that if you mess around long enough that you can figure something out, I guess. Running into so far not too many issues. Some most of it's user issues, myself just like not knowing what to do or certain things, but nothing that is super blatantly noticeable. And I keep using the word blatantly because I see it on your name, so my brain says it after I see it for some reason. But anyway, yeah, I haven't run into any issues with 3.0. In fact, I found nothing but joy in 3.0. And I would say otherwise if it was, but it's been all good to me. And yeah, I just think I think it's a great thing, and especially um, the sequencer here. Why I say it's so good is because, like I said, most keyboards you can't get note repeat to work. You can't get half the features to work properly, or it requires so much setup. And this has been flawless for me. Like I've had no issues on getting tracks in. It's just been really good. And I mean, I even keep forgetting you can do the MIDI edit here if you want to, but my brain goes right back to the grid and then up here, but you could just pull the grid here. I guess that's the reason why they put it here, because it's probably for some people they want to see it below the MIDI up here data, and for others you could just click here and be fine. So depending on what you want to do, but yeah, no issues so far. It's been pretty good. and I appreciate it on the drums. So yeah, the drums, like I just showed you, is pretty simple. In my opinion, it's very simple. It's and one shot is the best, man. I mean, all those round robins, all those sounds. So you're getting like layered sounds, so it sounds really good when every time you hit a note. Hold on. How quiet. Choking, they choke out each other. And I'm not a drummer, so I sound terrible. Which is probably why I don't drum that way. Typically, I just drum everything in individually, so I can hear it. Let me see. I have to think MPC 3. Yeah, 3 for the loop. Oh, the looper being better. Now I started using it. Oh, okay. So you're talking. Are you talking about the looper that's in here? This looper here, where you can record something in and then loop over it. I'm not sure if that's the looper you're talking about. I've never used a looper in the MPC ever. So that's pretty cool. I mean, if it's good, I have to look it up and see what it's like and maybe try it out. Yeah, that oh, okay. So it's something good. What do you use it for? What do you like to use the looper for? I mean, I know what a looper is, obviously, but um I'm curious what's your main reason that you like to use that? Cause see, my thought of a looper is I would go with probably Loopy Pro, just because it's so easy to just click, boom, loop, and then do another one. But I'm curious your thoughts on this. Are you playing real instruments into it? When I say real instruments, it could be off of the computer, but are you playing like other instruments into the MPC, or are you using or are you just using the instruments in the MPC? Like, I'm curious of what your workflow is. Launchpad app or playing it. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. AV3, then export to audio and tune it. Oh, interesting. Okay, your micro freaked also nice. Yeah, that's even better. So if you got like an instrument and playing in here, that makes sense then. And you said it's fixed, so I don't know what it was like, so I can't really speak on it. But I can see here you can set the bar length, 16 bars at the most. Okay, I see there. And then you can overdub or just have it play after you record. So that's cool. So I'm gonna have to try this now that you said that. I'm gonna have to because I have a lot of plugins that I use, like Arturia stuff. I use Spectrasonics, Keyscape, and Omnisphere, and all that. And I'm wondering if I could record in just a loop. Now, can you record in a loop without it affecting? I know it has input here. I'm gonna move this iPad just a little bit up this way. It has input here, so it looks like you can use all the inputs or resample what's into it. So actually, yeah, you just plug in your inputs, and okay, that makes sense. And you can use their effects, I guess, in there as you record in. So I would just record. Yeah, I would probably just um, record in. This dog is snoring. It's funny. I would just record in whatever I'm gonna record in, and then just bounce it. It looks like you can export to track, so just click that button and throw it into the track, and there's the input there. Interesting. Oops, that wasn't a part of what I was saying, but that's cool. Yeah, you can, and it's a perfect. Oh, nice. See, I need to use this then. Now you got my interest spark. I'll probably do it, and then off camera, just try it out, and then see how I like it and see what it does for me. But yeah, that's cool. If you can get a perfect loop, and then so that means I could build like maybe some chords somewhere or something. And you know what's crazy is now that you said that, I know you can set it to resample left right, which means you're resampling what's already playing. So I could probably resample my MIDI that I got going into the iPad and just resample it back into here. Let's see if it'll, let's just try it. Hold on, I got this thing set to a bar. Let me get at least 8 bars. All right, so how do I do this? Let's see. We don't want to overdub. We just want to play. So is that record? So can I use this? Record play? No. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's not recording for me. I'm gonna have to probably look at this a little bit more and see. But yeah, you can resample left, right. That's whatever's in here. So it's just a matter of do I have to hit both of these? Interesting. I'll have to play with it. Oh, turn sync off. Hey, what's up, SimCity? If sync off, it will record when you play your note. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I gotta figure out like let me go back to here. Hold on, let me go back to this grid. Yeah, something happened during that process where I deleted some of the drums. So I'm gonna have to, there we go, undo that. I don't know what I did there. I'll do that, shift stop. Go back into here, menu, looper. Okay. Yes, sir, SimCity is in the building. You guys haven't checked his channel out, definitely do that. Same thing with Blatantly Blatant. Check him out too. Great videos, always intriguing, always either some laughter there or some we can learn some stuff from each other. I like doing that too. I don't see your audio coming through. You know what? It's showing. I don't know if you can see. Like if I press play here, you're right. There's no audio coming through, even though I have the end on. So I think what I have to do is find out where the signal. There it is. Check, 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 check. I wonder if that's picking up. There's no microphone, so it can't be picking up that. But where is the sound coming from that is picking up? See that? Weird. So, oh, you know what? It's probably picking up the sound from my computer because I have my computer going in. So I'd have to sit the iPad going back out or something to be able to get that. But interesting though. I'm gonna figure it out for sure. Like I said, I never really clear. Yeah, just clear it. I guess I could stop it there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna work on that. Try to figure it out. Yeah, that's why it's not looping. There you go. Yeah, the input does matter. But usually like okay, if you're recording, in this case you can't record something from inside the MPC that's not even there. For instance, I don't have I'd have to route the audio from the iPad back out. But right now for y'all to be able to hear the sound cuz I'm recording with the camera or with my phone rather. For you to be able to hear the sound, you have to use the speaker here so you can hear it. So unfortunately, you know, I can't really record it like I would if didn't have the. Plus, I'd be recording. If I had a mic, I'd be recording the dogs snoring back here, which is still an interesting thought to do. I should kind of catch that with Koala. Um, hit clear, start from the beginning, and loop point. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I hit clear. I found that out, that you just clear it out and then hit record. And there it goes, recording, which I think it's recording the audio from my computer. Then hit clear. This is cool, man. I'm going to try this looper out, though, and see. Because now I feel like that might be a fun way to get just like instruments in from the computer. Just record a loop, drop that loop to into a pad, and then chop it up. Start from the beginning. Yeah, it'll be a perfect loop. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's fun, man. Like so much stuff you could do. A lot of the stuff I never touched when I first used the MPC back when I got the MPC one, and then I tried the live, then the live two. No, I tried the live first, then the MPC one, then the live two, and then I was like, nah, I ain't. I wasn't feeling it at that time, particularly because the software didn't intrigue me enough because it didn't have this beautiful grid here with this nice. Look at this. Look how amazing that looks. Just to be able to see it. Once they get the editing done here where you can edit the MIDI. Oh, let me check something while we're on camera because the last thing I didn't, I'm going to push this up a little bit so we can see it a little better. So I was curious the last time because I know you can, hold on, you can adjust the loop bars part, but you see how it only lets you adjust like one bar at a time. But somebody said if you turn this off, the global correction, that it should let you. But I still don't see that. Let me see. Yeah, see if I zoom in, I can't adjust. You only can do a bar. You can't. Yeah, so it's not this. So I have to figure out. So a couple people gave me some suggestions or thoughts, but that's the question I have is if I want to just take a, let's say a half of a bar, can we do it? Use the bottom. Use the bottom Q link. Well, this bottom Q link right now, unless it's on a different Q link page, only moves this up and down, which is nice that it does. Oh, this one right here moves it. It'll move it right here, but it's still only moving in a bar. Let's see. That so this moves it right. This moves it left. This only moves the screen up and down right now. And then this one changes your. Ooh, I don't want to do that. What was this thing set on? I don't even remember. Oh well. I'll leave it at 89. Yeah, so this one changes your BPM. Double press it and drag, then drag it? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Because it doesn't move it so far. Let me check a different Q link. Maybe there's a. Okay, so if you go to the second page of Q links, you can stretch in, which is nice. This is really good. This one moves it left, right to left, or moves the screen. This one moves the bar link, so where the bar is starting at. And this one moves, expands it. They got that part down pretty good. So many Q links that you got to remember though. A lot of that stuff I would do that on the screen. To mess with the Q links for that would be kind of messed up. Use the bottom Q link. Yeah. So again, we got to figure out which bottom Q link is the one, because so far. So this changes the bars. Let's see if this one does anything. Yeah, nothing on that page. So unfortunately, we got up and down. This moves right to left. Right? See that? That. This is the BPM, which I keep messing up. That's it so far on the Q links. Unless you guys know something I don't know. I haven't seen a way to do that. I think it's one of the things I would want the most. and they should be able to, even if you don't have it on Q links, you should be able to do it with your hand because you can do this. All this stuff can be. I wouldn't probably use the Q links for that too much. I'd rather touch my screen, but it's nice to have those. But definitely, we want to be able to edit just a half a bar. Because what I'm saying is sometimes like I like to just drop the drums here. At this current point, I think that's just one of the limitations you're gonna have to deal with. But I thought, well, if you zoom in and you could see that there's a bar, see the bars or whatever, they would be able to just. But yeah, it just does a bar, unfortunately, unless somebody knows something I don't know. So I guess we'll have to just keep trying, right? We'll just keep trying to see what the final verdict or the answer is for that. I'm not gonna touch that camera; it'll mess it up. Keep wanting to try to get this thing straight, but it's hard because I'm using an iPhone, so sometimes it doesn't. I have to like adjust the whole thing when I don't want to jack up the screen recording. All right, well, I don't know how many people are here because I can't really see, to be honest with you, if there's more than anybody in this thing right now. Let's see. Does it say? Yeah. Oh, we got 8 people. Okay, right on. 8 people. Let's, if you don't mind smashing the like button, that'd be awesome. It does help out to the channel. But yeah, so guys, it's pretty incredible what this thing can do right now. I have zero. I mean, everything I want is not a big deal, but it's something that would be nice. But for the most part, I have zero complaints on it. And this is exactly where I think the MPC should be. It could be even better if they up the memory of it. I think if they put more RAM into it, it would get better for sure. Masada MPC beats life and travel. BLT, I love that. That's cool. You like it so far? Yes, I like it a lot. Yeah, I do. I think it's MPC3 me. That's right, SimCity. Yeah, it's the best ever. I've tried the other one. I've tried it many times to like 2, and it wasn't for me. All that extra. I mean, my goodness, the menu diving was insane. And the fact that you can look at the arranger right here on the front page while you're doing it, recording it in, or if you just prefer to go into the arranger, you could just do it in the arranger. I was playing a lot of this stuff, like those drums. I was doing those drums right here in the arranger, just looking at the MIDI notes. And I did 8 bars, and then I duplicated those 8 bars. But yeah, I was doing them right here in the arranger. Didn't even have to leave the arranger. When I needed to edit something, you could either click up here to grid or just click down here and pull the grid up and adjust whatever you need. I mean, it was... I'm using the iPad if you're wondering where those sounds are coming from. This is one shot from Clevgran. It's on desktop as well as on the iPad. And this is a jazz kit called Studio Latin Kit. It's in the jazz pack, but you got to buy the expansion jazz pack. It's not the jazz that comes with it. It's a different one that they made, and it sounds really good to me. Is there anything you think could be better? Yeah, so better, like I was just talking about that with regards to this right here. When it comes to editing, you can't edit the MIDI. So that's already a downside, that you can't edit the MIDI. You would have to bounce it to an audio. You can edit audio, but think about it. The MPC only has 8 audio tracks. So you are limited, right? So if they have 128, if I'm not mistaken, MIDI tracks that you can use. So 128 MIDI tracks, you need to be able to adjust the MIDI and edit the MIDI without having to go into each track. Because like right now, you'd have to go in each track, drop out pieces. You want to be able to just do it on the screen. Like I want to be able to just move this to a bar or half a bar, a quarter of a bar, whatever you want to call it, and then just delete that section if I want to. And another thing is, I've said this before, I think they should add in mouse support, at least Bluetooth or whatever mouse support, and then let you just be able to and have multiple Bluetooth devices connected at one time. Because I could usually connect the iPad or something like that, but having a mouse on here, can you imagine being able to use the mouse for your editing right here? It would be incredible. I don't need it to click in notes or anything like that, but just to be able to edit sections. I don't know, just a thought. It may never happen, but that is my least of worries is the mouse because you can use your fingers or whatever you want to do. But yeah, this definitely needs to be able to edit MIDI. That's a must. But it's incredible. Want to condense it down? Just press that button there. You can condense it down. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Mercedes in the building. That's right, he is. Let's see what he says. I agree with the mouse support. Yeah, man, the mouse support would be amazing. You've been pushing for that. That's what's up. Yeah, I'll be sure to show Akai the request to help my cause. Absolutely. Yeah, let them know the mouse support and the MIDI editing in this arranger is like the stuff to that. Other than that, everything else is really great. The workflow is great. I like the look of it is amazing. I think all of it is very intuitive. I don't think anybody can complain about things being intuitive, okay, on MPC anymore. Because before it was tricky. All that naming the tracks, 100 different names and stuff, it was driving me crazy. Like I wouldn't use it for that reason because it was just too much. I mean, of course, you can still name stuff now. Like if I'm going to use this, I keep this track, I would go in and name these MIDI, go in and rename all this stuff. Well, the name's not in here anymore now. I think you need to, yeah. I guess you can't just double click there. I guess you have to do it up here, but that's your sequence. So I'm not sure how they do the naming stuff. I'd have to mess around with it to figure that out. If you know, let me know, but I don't know. I know you can click up here and it looks like they took the naming out of that too, huh? Is that gone or am I just imagining something here and don't realize that or maybe you do it in a different area. Oh, here we go. So you just track naming it here. That's fine. That don't bother me at all. I mean, it's just a thing you got to learn, right? It's not there. How did I? Now I forgot already how I did that. That's crazy. Because I'm so used to having just to click and name it. Spread rating. You hold on the name to change it. Yeah, hold on. So holding on. Okay, yeah. There you go. That's fine. That's not bad at all. So if I need to do that, hold it. Boom. Drums. Close. Nice. That's easy. So this is chords. And then this will be melody. Oh man, that don't get it really doesn't get much easier than this. And this will be my lead. Close. Boom. Bro, this is super simple. Shout out Akai, man, for really working on this and making this more intuitive for everybody. Nobody should be struggling to use MPC at this point. Getting off work now to get the MPC. Yeah, there you go. Blatant about to get on that MPC. Touch and hold. Yep. Touch and hold. Appreciate that, Maseda. The Maseda challenge. Maseda challenge is to make a song in a range view only. Don't think no. Yeah, actually I said that the other day that just make one in arrangement view. It's not hard. It's super easy. One, because you can touch here and do your MIDI editing if you need to. But I just play everything in. And that's how I did this. I was doing it in this view. I mean, you could count and just hold arrangement here and then every track, but you got to go back to arrangement. And so you got to go back here and then do arrangement and go back here and then do arrange. So that would get kind of tedious. But yeah, if you just go here and do arrangement, click on the track you want to record. And then this one. However you want to do it. But yeah, it's super easy. I don't think that it gets any easier. This is incredible though. This arrangement view it just blows my mind how easy it is to be able to just touch something and go right into it. I was trying to get the name defaults in there. Yeah, that would be cool. I can't deny that. Like if they could put some default names in there, like kick, snare, yeah, for sure. Hi-hat, open hat. That is a challenge though, because some people want to name their stuff so different, but it would be cool to have it as an option. Yeah, it makes it super user friendly. But can you imagine that though? Like, I mean, we all name stuff different, but how what Mercedes was like he was saying, I'm assuming that's a he. But I'm not trying to, just Mercedes. We're gonna say Mercedes. Like Mercedes was saying, drums, chords, melody. I mean, to be able to just have some basic stuff like drums, maybe the word drums, maybe kick, snare, 808, those are things common. But I guess for some people, honestly, just touching this and renaming it is not that big of a deal. I would rather them focus on the MIDI editing inside the arrangement and the mouse support. Mouse support would be amazing. One, my hand fingers are kind of fat, and so when you're like trying to edit some small notes like that, it's very hard. You have to really zoom in, and you don't want to have to do that all the time when you could do it. I do appreciate that they have where I can just touch that, and it. You know what else they should add in now that we're talking about this? Hey chat, do y'all realize who is in this chat? Oh, Macedo. Oh, okay. I didn't know Macedo works with Akai. That's what's up. Oh, he made lazy. Oh, wow. Incredible, man. That is awesome. Hey, thanks for coming in, Macedo. That's super, super cool. I didn't know you worked with Akai. That's great. That is so awesome. Yeah, it's so much good stuff. It's hard to, you have to really think hard to find something bad on here because they really thought this through, I think. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to get mouse support for sure, to be able to adjust small increments with this slider. Oh, here's another thing, and I don't know if this is not supposed to be here, but I noticed that I can't adjust the slider, the loop slider here, inside of the grid. But when I go to arrangement, it's fine. I can do it a million times right there. It's not a big deal. So I don't know if that's supposed to be that way or not, but oops. But that's something that I noticed. What else did I notice in here that would be good? It was something my brain was thinking of. Now I can't remember it. I started reading comments and got lost in the comments. Yeah, man, that lazy chop is amazing. MPC does it the best too, in my opinion. I've never. I mean, for what it's worth, there's other ones out there that probably do it, but I think MPC just has it on lock. They've always had sampling on lock. I always felt like that part of it was they are the ones when it comes to sampling. But man, the intuitiveness of this thing is so nuts. I can't get over how great they made it. And so for anybody complaining, I say just play with it for a little while till you get used to it. But it's really not that complicated at all. Oh, you know what? Another thing I was thinking about was if there was a way to project this onto your screen. So in other words, like it doesn't have HDMI, we all know that, but if there was a way to use this have the screen like sort of like connect to a TV, right? So that you have a bigger screen. That would be kind of cool. I think it'd be a cool feature. It's not like die hard necessity right now, but it would be a neat feature to have. I think it would it would really enhance the usability, especially if you want to look up at a screen versus looking down all the time. But that's just something that you know I wouldn't mind seeing. I love these track mutes. I can't deny these track mutes are fun. When you're trying to perform something, they're a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of what else that I've not seen that I was like really excited about. Oh, worldwide collaborations. What's up? SimCity in the MIDI grid editor. It would be nice to have more of a defined line on the bars. A defined line on the bars. When you say defined line, you mean, are we talking about when you zoom in and you can see the grid line? Is that what you're referring to, SimCity? Because it gets pretty I mean, I don't know if this is. It gets pretty defined when you zoom in. It is harder when you're out like this far out, especially if you're doing 16 bars. Because I usually stay around 8 to. I usually do 32, so I have a room to just play out. But sometimes I'll just do 8 and then duplicate it or whatever. It just depends. On the drums, I'm not doing a lot of drumming, so it's probably more like 8. But most definitely, Maseda. More lazy child. Go to the website. Cycle kit the drums and ridiculous. How ridiculous. Yeah, man. Yeah, MPC has so much stuff in it. It's incredible. Oh, you know what? Here's what I was gonna ask Maseda or well, really just say this for anybody, but Maseda's in the building. Why not? Um, Scale lock for now. I know it can lock like it can do its own little locking on there, but I'm in on the screen, by the way, when I'm talking about scale lock on the grid. So let's say I set a scale for this particular project. It would show the notes within that scale. Now I know my scales pretty well, but this is something in a lot of DAWs like Ableton. I think FL does it. I don't know if Logic does it right now. They may have it, but where they show like a color on the piano roll that shows you the scale. That would be kind of cool. Cause then if I set my scale for the song, I will because I don't know when I look at this what scale I'm in. I mean, obviously I can figure it out and I can type it in the title or the sequence if I wanted to. But it would be cool to know what my scale and have that scale locked onto the actual keys here, and then I could see it to define the scale. So yeah, that would be something I would like. Oh, you agree with the scale? Yeah, FL style, right? Yeah, FL style or even Ableton, whichever. I mean, whatever they can do. They've done so much. I don't want to, I'm not pressing like what style it looks like, but because they'll figure it out for it to fit the MPC just right. But yeah, being able to lock the scale would be nice. And oh, and the tools. So down here at the bottom, like when you hit shift, they added delete. Or at least I don't remember seeing delete for some reason. I remember paste, duplicate, but maybe because I was like, man, where in the world do you delete? And I was using cut just to cut stuff out, but I see they put delete down there, so that's huge. That's a big help. You know the 37 has keyboard control, absolutely. And it works good, but one of the things is like if it can map it all to the white keys, sometimes that's a little bit better. Like if you scale lock to the white keys instead of it being like, okay, let me see if I can do the scale lock here. 1 second. So I know you can snap to the scale, but it plays like all the notes instead of, right? So let's see if we go. So this locks the. Oh, they do have okay, so filter. But this is in C. Let's try it in a different one. Hold on. Let's do minor, C minor. So yeah. So now it's just playing the notes that are in. The ones that aren't, it locked them. But imagine if that could be on the white keys. So it just scale locks it to the white keys. So I get it because I play keyboard. I'm trying to think about other people that don't play keys. I personally just look at it, memorize the scale, and then because I know there's only 7 notes in the majority of the scales. But I was trying to think about somebody who doesn't play keyboard, but they want to be able to, to scale lock it with the filter scale. They'll have to learn it, which is fine. But some people like it just where it just goes to the white keys. I don't know, just a thought. It's not necessary because the way they set it up is pretty good. So we realize that's playing the same note. So that's confusing more the snap to scale. Because if you don't know the notes, you're going to be, although everything's in play, I guess you wouldn't really. But filter scale works really good. But either way, I enjoy it. I have no complaints on that. I'm just trying to think of other people that may struggle with playing, like how they might feel. All right, scale lock would be yes, scale lock, and I think it's scale keyboard control only on the key 37, right? It's not on the, if I remember right, because I had the 61 for a second, but it was too dang big. I couldn't keep that thing. It was just way too big. I will say the speed feels a little bit faster, and maybe it's just me. Like the performance speed of everything just seems a little faster. It takes about 20 seconds to turn on, about 10 seconds to go from a project to a new project, and that's fine. But I feel like even with the samples, everything just seems a little bit faster, which is kind of good. That could be the disc streaming, maybe that's better, making it better. Yeah, you want that keyboard control on. Yeah, that would be cool on live too. There were some other things I noticed. I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know what it is though. So you know how they have chords, progressions. There's tonettes. What is tonettes? I don't get that, but it's interesting. They have one for guitar, one for piano now. I'm not sure why or what they're used for. I really wouldn't mind knowing what that's for. Piano, guitar, and tonettes. I have to look that up because I'm not sure what that means, but it's interesting nonetheless. And I never used that, to be honest with you, but it was just something I saw when I was scouting through stuff. All right, where are we? Worldwide. I can't get the transport to control my Cubase, though. The transport. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, the transport. Oh, you're talking about the transport bar. I don't think I've ever had that control anything. I didn't know you can MIDI map it. Maybe you can. Oh, the 61 has it. It has a few different filters there. The 61 has it also. Nice. Glad to hear the 61 has it, because if I ever wanted to get the 61 again, that would be a feature that I would miss if it wasn't there. SimCity, it would be, I'm guessing it would be cool if the chord detection was on and we had a suggested chord side screen panel. Suggested chord side screen panel. So you're saying like basically you want scalar inside of the MPC? Is that what excuse me. Is that what you mean? Like SimCity, like scalar, having scalar in there? Or because I know they do in here, where is it at? You can set the scale of what you want, or even like under the chords, they have these. This is what drives me crazy. Why I never use it. The chord limitations are wild in here. Like I only see seventh chords. Like when you start trying to get something like 13th chords and things like that. And this is a triad. When you start trying to get 13th chords, this to me doesn't do it for me. It's not that you can't play a 13th chord in here. I'm talking about there is no, like, even with the progressions, it's like, all right, so that's ballads. Like, we need some more progressions in here. That's quite a few jazz ones, but they're, and I guess, you know what, you can only put so many. You could bring your own in, I know, so I guess that really doesn't matter. Never mind, because it really don't matter if you can bring your own stuff in anyway. That probably, I'd rather a Kai, if it was up to me and I had a thought or a say, focus on editing more than just the MIDI features of that, because there's so many apps that can work in conjunction with the MPC, like Scalar and Tonality and other ones. That feature, while it's cool to have in the keyboard, there's so much other stuff that could be better, and particularly stuff with editing. Definitely want MIDI editing in here. I mean, when I say MIDI edit, MIDI, being able to adjust those spots to closer than one bar. I don't know why it seems like it should be just an easy thing to do, but maybe it's just me not understanding it. But I guess depending on what track you're on. So if I go to this track, does it take me to that one bar? No, it shows me everything on the grid. So yeah, there's something there to think about. If I highlight one bar, which I have here, I wouldn't mind in the grid box down here just seeing the same bar. Then it would make it easy to go in and edit just pieces. So if I'm on this track here, right? I'm clicked on this one. I've highlighted one bar and I click here. I just want to see the one bar that I'm highlighted on that one track. Versus, which is showing me the drums. These are the drums, right? I'm on that track. This is that track. But it's showing me the whole thing and not just the one bar that I highlighted. Anyway, just a thought. In musical tuning and harmony, the tonettes. Oh, German for tone net is a conceptual lattice diagram representing tonal space, first described by Leonard Euler in 1739. So is that, I'll have to look that up because I really don't know much about that. But if it's sort of what I think, is that saying like, okay, here is some chords that, or some notes that tonally could fit with other chords? Or I'm gonna have to do some research on that. That's an interesting one. Like I said, I've never seen that before. Tonettes. Yeah, I've never seen this before, but it's interesting. I'm gonna look it up, and I wonder, and I don't know if Maseda, if you can comment on this, but why did they choose that? Like, what was their thought process on adding that feature to an MPC? I'm just curious. If you don't know, you don't know, but I was just wondering, and I will do some research and look it up. Thanks for telling us about it, or telling me what it is, because I just had no clue. Oh, you were playing around too? Yeah, blatantly blatant. Yeah, yeah, I was like, wait, what? What is this? Because it's usually everything in the NPC in my mind is all well thought out as far as what it actually is or isn't. But for some reason, that one just was like, wait, what? What in the world? And so even like with the guitar, like, I guess they wanted to make it. I play guitar, but I'm still trying to look at it like, what? why are they? Why did they put it like this? Like, what is their? It sounds terrible. Let me go up a little. But you can still play the off notes with it here. So I'm so used to playing with the keys though. I don't play with pads. That would drive me insane to sit there and play with pads. So it's one of those things I can't. I would prefer to gravitate toward the keys. Yeah, I think guitar is new and piano, if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen. You see how they have piano here? Hold on, piano, guitar, and tonettes. Those three, I believe, are new. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't recall them. But then again, I don't use that feature so much, so it could be the reason why I don't know them. So it's kind of crazy. Where are we at on time? I haven't been really paying attention to time. I've just been enjoying myself. Okay, so we're a little over an hour. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in. I think we're going to end it here. Maseda, appreciate you stopping in. Thanks for taking back the thoughts and ideas and concerns and etc. that we all might have. Appreciate you doing that. Sim City, Blatantly Blatant, you already know. Worldwide collaborations. Hey, and even Crazy Wabbit, good to see you. I know you came in earlier. Um, if you don't know any of these people in this chat, check out their channels. All their channels are valid and super good, and you can learn something. And that's what it's all about, is learning from each other. And we grow as a community, and we go, oh, Viral Beat stepped in. What's up, man? Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. And then like my last relationship. Nah, I hope not. But yeah, that's funny. Blatantly Blatant always got the comedy, bro. It keep you laughing. Yeah, definitely check out everybody's channel. Sim City, Blatantly Blatant, Viral Beats for sure. Check his out. And yeah, just keep supporting each other. The more we support each other and others support, we know we'll grow. So it's a good thing. But there will always be another moment to do something else. Trust me. I keep every time I get to doing something on the MPC or even the iPad or the computer, I always find something to talk about, and then we can jump on chat for sure and do that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. Blatant, he's crazy, bro. Don't have no sense. Salute to the chat. Yeah, for sure. Hey, too funny, man. All right, y'all. Have a good day wherever you're at. And yeah, I hope you have a good weekend too. And I'm out.